guys, it's the end of the month. How was your February? Mine was freezing. We're trying out a new camera and I don't know how it's going to work out because I've never used it before. It came with my Mac and I do notice that the lights are kind of dimming and not, so I'm not sure what that has to do with it, but I don't have much to show you in this view, so I think we'll all survive. But it does make intros and outros really easy. How have you guys been doing? It might be because I have the big windows right here. Because I noticed that it's yeah. Anyways, you know, whatever. I got all my stitching done for February. I got a little bit extra even done for February, which I'm very, very excited about. I got a finish. I got my reward. It's just been a great month, at least for stitching. Well, for everything. I haven't had it. It's been a great month. I do have lots to show you, but what I want to do is I'm going to show you all the stitching stuff first, and then I will follow it up with, I have a little bit of life stuff, if you're interested in that. And I also I'll show you my reward for getting my stitching done. And I have a question. I need your opinion about a finish idea. And so I want to see what you guys think about it, if it's worth me putting the time and effort into it, or, you know, it probably, there's, you know, I'll move that. There's garbage. There's a stack of pretty, here, there we go. That's how I should have started it. Gosh, I'm a professional. Anyways, I have a lot of stitching to share. I have stuff to share. And so I will be right back to show you. I'm going to do the overhead view. Everybody seemed to like that. And, it does make it a lot easier, and I'll figure out the flashing. See it? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's not actually doing it. I think it's because there's, and I've got the curtains closed, but that's as much as I can do. I missed you guys this month. I've been checking out floss tubes and stuff like that. I found a whole bunch of new floss tubers. God, there's like a bazillion of y'all out there. Remember, tag me if it's important and you want me to see it, because there's so many. But yeah, all right, let's switch the view. Go over the what I did this month, and I'll be right back. Actually, it's gonna be a while. There's a lot. To wrap this whole thing up. I'll see you in a minute. Hang on. All right, first things up. Let's do the planner.
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30. Last month, so far I've kept up with this. It's only been 2 months though, so you know, I can just barely get it in there. I don't want to lift it up anymore because otherwise it auto focuses all the time. But this is what January looked like. And again, you just flip up the pictures to read what's underneath. And then this is how February turned out. And I still have to add my picture for doing the floss tube in here. But the general gist of it is done. And yeah. And that's how February turned out. It filled up really nicely. All of the information on the decorations and stuff is on Facebook or Instagram, but I used mostly Simply Stories. It's my favorite. I love Simple Stories. It's my favorite. They do a nice gamut of little kids stuff, which is not so much my thing, but they do a lot of grown-up stuff, and I like that. But anyways, so I got all my pictures done and all of my what I did on the stitching and that kind of stuff, so I can look back at it. And I'm really enjoying doing this. I do keep a daily journal and that kind of thing, but this is, I don't really want to put that kind of detail in there because that one's more for family down the road. And so, most of this stuff will probably be way gone before I'm gone. So, anyways, and so all I have left to do is March, and I have a couple of notes to remember here. And I will, I'll be posting on Instagram and Facebook how I decorate this. But I haven't decorated it yet, obviously. So yeah, there is that. And again, I'm slowly working on the back. I'm not too worried about the back. It'll come together as it does. But I really, really am enjoying it. Not bad for like $5. Okay. Next thing that we've got going is I'm going to show a couple of, let's see. Well, let's do this so I can get it out of here. All right. So Lori Holt made me do it. I bought, what do they call these? Binding bias tape makers, something like that. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to it, but I saw Lori Holt using these on her quilting applique video. If you can hear the rattling and stuff, it's the pellet stove. It is really cold right now. But so I thought I want one of those, but not for quilting or applique because I'm not quilting or appliquing. But I'm trying to make those little design board things that Lori Holt shows. And I tried her tutorial on folding it over and ironing it and then sewing it and that kind of stuff, and it worked all right. But then I saw her make bias tape for her applique stuff. I tried it twice. I mean, they're all right. And I thought, well, I'll order. They were cheap on Amazon. I think, I don't know. I didn't pay very much for them, $6, I think. I'll put a link to my Amazon shop down below. It is an affiliate link, but you know how affiliates work. Basically, it doesn't cost you anything. I get pennies for coffee, and we all win. But so I don't know how to use them really, other than watching her tutorial. But I'll have to figure out how wide to cut things and make them. But I thought maybe this one might work for that because hers were, I don't know, probably this one maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that's my haul, my Lori Holt made me do it haul. I did get some fabric and stuff, but I've already put it away, and I'm not gonna dig it out because I don't have a project for it. I needed to order some floss, and Lindsay at crossstitchsupply.com has a minimum free shipping order of $30. Well, I'm pretty close with floss, but if you're there, you should order fabric. And so I ordered a whole bunch of fabric too. But I'll put a picture of it here and you can see what I ordered. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll do this one first. I finished this about this time last year, and but I never fully finished it. I finished stitching it last year, and so I finally sat down and said, I'm going to start whipping out some of these finishes that I've got. You can't even see where I fixed it. Or fully finish some of these things that I have floating around here. And I needed a new pin cushion for my floor stand, and so I turned it into a pin cushion pillow type thing. I filled it with the lizard litter walnut shell stuff, sewed it into a pillow, filled it with that stuff. Wow, that stuff is messy. I did line interface the Ada so that it wouldn't come through the Ada over time. And then I cut a slit in the back and filled it, and then I covered the slit. You can't really tell. I didn't do much decorations because it's just going to sit on my floor stand and I'm going to stick pins in it or needles and stuff in it. So that's how I finished it. But it's finished, and that was one of my very first stitches last year. I think I stitched it somewhere April, I think is what comes to mind. So I'm kind of tickled that I finally got that done. And then I don't know. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, and then I don't know how to pronounce her shop name or anything like that, but this is the shop name on not on Etsy, but on Instagram. This is her Instagram handle, and then she's on Etsy. And this is a free chart. If you're trying to save it from my video, you're nuts. It's free. It's on her stuff. Go get it. And you can get a lot clearer. But I saw this, and I'm trying to do like a little tiny chart every month that I find, you know, a little pop-up free chart or something like that. And this chart, she posted this chart, and I loved it because I saw scissors and it was about stitching. I thought, well, that'd be cute to set on my tiered trays and stuff. But then I got to stitching it, and my son comes in and he goes, "Oh, I heart scissors. You heart scissors, Mom." And I didn't realize it looked like an eye until he said that, because I was looking at this one and I saw that thing. So I changed it a bit, and I turned the spool into an eye, and then it's got the heart. I left the scissors, and then I typed in stitched in pretty scissors, and that way I can put it with my scissor stand with all of my decorative scissors on it. And I still got to finish it and that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it because I kind of want it to hook to the stand somehow, maybe in a band or something, and goes around. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. That's why it's like this. But this was what the original picture was supposed to look like. And it was a needle and thread and that kind of stuff. I didn't stitch the buttons that were in the upper corners, but I don't think it looks like there's something missing. So I didn't know what to put there, and I didn't want to put buttons or anything. So anyways, so that was my little freebie extra stitch for the month of February. And I think it turned out really super cute. This is 20 count raw linen, I think. Ada. I don't know if it's it's Ada, but they call it raw linen, I think. Flax linen, flax something. Anyways, I get it at crossstitchsupply.com. I have a $5, I'm not an affiliate of Lindsay's, but, and she don't know me from Adam, but I do have a $5 off coupon if you sign up to shop there, and I'll leave that down below. You don't have to use it. I don't care. I get reward points. It's not like cash, but well, I guess it kind of is, but I don't get paid. But you get $5 off if you've never shopped with her before, and that's a sweet deal. So $5 off and free shipping at $30. So I pretty much stalk her site and shop there. Anyway, she's got fast shipping, and that's why I shop there. I really don't care that her prices are good. I don't even know if her prices are the best or what. I don't care. When I place an order, boom, it's in my house in 3 days. It's amazing shipping. Anyways, that's where I got this linen, or Ada. So that was my extra stitch for the month of February. So let's move on to the planned stitching and see where we were and where we've come from and that kind of stuff. I will be right back. Okay, so first up in my February stitching, if you saw my January floss tube, you know that I'm stitching only a certain set of charts this year, start to finish. I want to get them all finished. There's 10 different ones, but this one has 12. So there's like 20 different charts that I hope to complete by the end of this year. if I have time in between, I want to get some little ones done, but this is the main thing. If I get nothing else that's done, these are the ones. But again, I'll link that. I'll put in the that video so you can kind of get what the plan is and that kind of stuff. January was Courage, Little House Needleworks, Little Sheep Virtues. I'm doing the full set, and I will be framing these separate, but they will be collaged on a wall together. It's kind of hard to explain. You'll see when I get done, hopefully. But yeah, so January's was Courage, and I'm not doing them in any particular order. I'm just doing them in oh, that looks cute, I'm gonna do that this month. And so that is what this one looked like, and I changed it just a smidge. And again, all of this is in the January thing. And so this month I did Love, which was for, I think that's their number 2. Yeah, here's their number 2. And I did change the border. The inside was supposed to be green. I changed that to this pink. I added this pink and changed it to the pink. I changed their little bums hearts to being pink, and of course they're done in the French knots. The only thing I plan to do in French knots on these are just the sheep so that they pop. And so these are so cute. I love them so much. I did reverse the colors on the heart because I wanted the heart to stand out instead of the other way around. And I don't have any of the buttons. I could have got them, but I didn't want to. I'm putting these under glass, so I didn't want the button to be. I just didn't want to get the buttons. I kind of find buttons on small things to be a little distracting. I think people notice this. It's like this button on here. It's a big white button, and I just find that distracting. And so I think their charts don't really need it. But if you like that, do that. But I'm stitching them all in one piece of material, and then I'll cut them apart later. And yeah, so February was Love from Little House Needleworks, Little Sheep Virtues. And if you want to, the next one's going to go here. If you want to stitch along and you don't have a particular order, I will be doing Hope next. So, because it's snowing and I thought that was fitting. But so that's what I'm going to do for the month of March is Hope. And so that was Little House Needleworks, Little Sheep Virtues, February. I'm just going to set these to the side. All right, to go with that, I am doing Country Cottage Needleworks, Sheep in a Meadow, and this one is so cute. When I stopped last month, I had only done the first 2 inches. I'm only doing about 2 inches a month on it. And so this month, February, I got the next 2 inches done, which was another little sheep. The only changes I'm making really to it is I changed the color of the grass because it didn't stand out enough for me on this material. And so I changed that out and combined the 2 greens that they call for to make a textured grass. I'm adding a little bit of French knots and backstitching and stuff like that is not called for in the chart. The Little Sheep Virtues doesn't call for French knots. None of these do. I just add them because I like the texture of it. But this was January, this is February, and the next part that I have is the next 2 inches. So it will be, that's what I'm going to do for March. There's not much to say on it. It went from there to there. But this one will be framed the same as the Little Sheep Virtues, and they will all be together on my someday sheep wall. People were asking to see the sheep wall. I don't have the sheep wall yet. I got to stitch the stuff for the sheep wall, and then I will have the sheep wall. But I'm hoping by starting next year, I'll be able to, I have a wall I'm gonna put them on, and I'll be able to start going around my house and collecting all my little sheep stuff and putting them on the wall. But so this is the second chart I'm working on. There's no order, but this kind of, I don't know why they're in order like this, but anyways, Country Cottage Needleworks, Sheep in the Meadow, and I should have this done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, August, September, somewhere there. So yeah, and it will fit. It's only going to be this big. So that's going to be cute. Anyways, that's the next one. All right, next up on the agenda is Jeanette Douglas has a free stitch along going on. I'm sure that everybody probably knows about it by now, but that is, I am doing her free chart, her free charts. These are actually individual charts that she then recharted for the stitch along into one big one. And it's not stitch wiggled like that. This material is so soft, it just squishes everywhere. But this is what the full chart will look like when it's done. This was January. February is this how this one looks. And the thing that I changed on, again, these are free, by the way. All the information is down below on all these charts. But I added on her, the individual ones that she came out with for, I think, one of the needle houses or something like that. Something. She did these for somebody else, and then now she's releasing them for free. Stitch along. Anyways, they're in like little pillows, and they have wording on it. And I like the idea of the wording, just not the words that she put on there, which they don't make sense for what I'm doing. So I changed it and to say love is the key. And she did have a key on one of hers, and I just redid the key so it was smaller and fit here, and I changed the colors. I'm just using colors out of my stash, and I think it's so pretty. I will give you a sneak peek hint, which probably everybody knows by now, and I did post that when I posted this. Marches is her freebie on her website. If you go to her free charts, it is her freebie for that she's had up. I've already stitched it once into a different project, so I'm going to, if you're looking for it early, but it's going to be out in a couple of days, so I'm waiting for her. I'm doing it with her. I could jump ahead. She also said that the April one is out somewhere also. Be Well, I think it's called, or something, but I haven't even looked into it, because as much as I could jump ahead on it, I want to do it as part of the group, and I want to do it with her. And she is the nicest lady ever. And anyways, I'm having a lot of fun just doing it with the month. But if you wanted a sneak peek, I did share early in February that is her freebie on her website, and she did say this one is out somewhere. If you look at hashtag Be Well or something like that, and that one's out if you wanted to get a little ahead. But I think it's more fun to do it as a group. I still haven't decided how I want to do the dividers yet, if I want to just use the same color or change it or what. I don't know. I may just completely leave it until I'm done with the whole chart and then come back and see how it just looks. Because like I said, I don't know what colors these are going to end up, because like March's, I'm going to do mostly purple instead of the red and purple like she has, because March is my birthday month and I'm all over the purple. And so, but it's a lot of fun. And so that is Mini Bouquets Stitch Along by Jeanette Douglas. And again, all this information, I have it all listed down below. And if you want details on what fabric I used, what flosses I used, that can all be found on Instagram and Facebook. And if you don't use Instagram and Facebook, I don't have a problem with that. I don't care, but I'm not going to repost all of the stuff here to YouTube also. You don't have to have an account to view Facebook. You do not have to have an account to view Instagram. Both of my pages are public. And so if you want any detailed information about this, you're going to have to check out one of those. I had several people that wanted to have the information, and YouTube doesn't allow me to add any more room. And as much time as it takes me to go and look at the information, copy and paste it and bring it back to you, you could have already looked at it. And so I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that. It's just that all of this information is free. You don't have to have an Instagram or a Facebook account to view any of it. So if you want it, it's there and available to you. So anyways, that is Jeanette Douglas's Stitch Along this month. All right, next one is my second favorite stitch of the year. Oh my gosh, I love this one so much. My very first one is Spring in the City. I expound about that chart all the time because it is my favorite and I love it. But this one has my heart. I just Love this so much. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it this way. I had all these grand plans with how to ta-da, and it didn't work. I forgot what I was gonna do, and so yeah. Anyways, wait, I gotta move this out of the way here. Get over. Okay. This is Jardin Purvey Positive Thinking. Everybody keeps calling it the way to happiness, and I understand that, but that's not, if you go searching for the chart, it's not called the way to happiness. It's called positive thinking. And so if you're looking for it, again, the link is down below, but if you're looking for it, that's not what the name of it is. So it probably, I'm not sure it'll come up for that. But this is the part that I did this was also a stitch along in like 2013, something like that. So it was even already broken to parts for me, which made it nice. I think I'll have this one done in like 5 months with the way the parts are set up. But anyways, last month I did this part. This month I added this much more to it. And I just, I don't like to stitch text or solid pieces, which really, why am I stitching? Because that's most of the stuff, right? And mostly because I don't know why. There's just something about it, because you can't just go across and come back. I don't know. But anyways, this is the section that I got done for the month of February. And I thought I had the flosses wrong, but it does two-tone. My printer just didn't print this well. But I love this chart. I love this chart. I'm not adding anything to it. I'm not adding any special stitches to it. All the back stitching and stuff comes with it. It's not mine. It's the way she charted it. And oh my gosh, I have like $100 worth of charts in my cart for next year of her charts that I want to stitch. Her work just speaks to me, and I might have to have a Jardin Purvey year next year because I just want to stitch them all. I love her stuff. Anybody else just love her stuff? She just has a way of seeing things and a way of using colors and stuff that just speaks to my soul. But I think next month is this Live Simply, Expect Little, Give Much, this middle section here. And it's got little sheepies. But I think it's turning out so good. I was scared of using this fabric. I got this to dye for Fabrics and More on Etsy. I can't remember what color it is, though. Again, that information's on Facebook and Instagram. But it really works with the colors of the floss. The only thing that I've had to change so far is the skin tone of the woman, which, we should change it to fit more of what we are anyways, because I am pasty ass white. That's all there is to it. But, whatever color you want to change her to, that would work good too. But the main reason I changed it is the floss that she had charted for it was really orangey peach, and it just blended away in my fabric. So I just went a little bit lighter. I don't even remember what the change is written down, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. But oh my gosh, I love this chart so much. So much. And I get to roll. It's always so satisfying when you get to roll. So in order to get the next piece on, I get to roll, because here's the bottom of my scroll frame. People are always asking where I get my scroll frames from. My husband makes them. They fit my floor frame. But you can get them on Amazon. The one that I have on the sheep in the meadow, that one's from Amazon, and they are linked in my Amazon shop too. But anyways, this is my second. I don't know. Can you have two favorites like that are equal loves? Because this one and Spring in the City are my two. I can't wait every single month to just stitch on them. That's how much I love them. So, and this is a free chart. All right, next one up is I didn't know it was going to be that big. I didn't know this one was going to be this big. Okay, I got to hide the last month to this month. Okay, this is called Live Simply. It is, wait a minute, I got to hold it. Hold on, flip it over. Okay, this one is called Live Simply. It's by the Bluebird Needleworks. It's on Etsy. I thought, and the way it looks in this picture, I thought this was going to end up being like this big. Now, I understand that I plugged this into my stitch counter. It told me what size fabric, obviously, and all that. But you know, until you start stitching, your brain doesn't really comprehend exactly how big something's going to be. And this thing is going to be freaking huge. It's going to literally be this big. Oh, wait, you can't see. Whoop, here we go. It's going to be this big. It's going to be big. But I love it so much. And I don't like this fabric color either, kind of like the last one, but it just seems to work so well with this chart. I haven't had to change out a single color on it. They all pop. It's just it's a fast stitch, and it's really fun to stitch. And she has a beautiful chart to follow also. I'd say the hardest charts that I have to follow, not counting Like a Cherry because that sucker's evil. The chart's fine. It's just, I'm going to try to not say bad things about that chart this time. It may not happen. But Little House Needleworks and Country Cottage Needleworks, their charts are the hardest for me to follow because they're black and white. They're beautifully written and easy to follow, but they're black and white. And I am a color stitcher. I just follow the color. So all my other charts are color. But this is what I did for January. And I should be done by September with this one because there's 9 blocks. And so here is February's, and I didn't put the date. There's a date 2020 in there, and I didn't put the date because I think I'm just going to leave it blank, or maybe add some of the little things she adds around, because these 3 are blank, so it would not be odd that it's blank, and I'm not so sure I want to put a date on it. But anyways, I love this. I bought it simply for this block right here that's got the upside down bird that says laugh lots, and I just think it's a beautiful chart, and it makes me smile, and that's the important part. But yeah, so this is Live Simply Sampler by the Bluebird Needleworks. I am using, I think, all the called for colors. I'm pretty sure I'm using all the called for colors. The only French knots that I'm adding are to the bird's eye. So, and they're not called for, but I'm, of course, extra. So that's where I am on that. And then next month I get to dream big, which is kind of fitting because it's my birthday month, and you should dream big on your birthday month, right? So that's that one. All right. Next one is a Crochet Go Go. This one's been a lot of fun to stitch too. This is a fast stitch. Crochet Go Go has beautiful charts. Her charts are large when they print. The colors really coordinate with the flosses, and so it makes it incredibly easy to just glance at it to see what colors you're going to use. And they're just incredibly well written, and she's easily one of my top favorite designers. I love her stuff. I love her colors. I love her charts. And so this I'm doing Keep Calm, and I keep flipping this over for some odd reason. Don't peek. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Keep Calm and cross stitch, and I'm not doing the top row. I'm just doing from here down. I didn't want to do the wording, and so I'm taking off the whole top row. But anyways, this is what I did for the month of January. I had this part of the border stitched earlier to get me started, so it was ready to go. But this is what I stitched in January. I did add, a bow to the center. That is not called for. And then the next part that I did in February was this part of the chart here. There we go. This part of the chart here. And I put a little bow in the center of this one. Also, again, not called for, but I like to add that. I just think it looks cute. But this is how wide this one is. This is it. It's going to be tall and wide, narrow. And I think I love the colors. This is Nougat, I think it's called. And it was another one of those. I don't know what I'm going to do with that color fabric. And it just works so good with these colors. And that's why I'm just buying fabric and then someday I'll use it. I'm trying not to shy away from weird colors too, because I always think, oh my gosh, that color is just not me. And then I find the perfect chart for it. And I'm like, yes, that's the chart. Next month, I will be doing, I have this block scheduled for April and March and April. And so we'll see how far I get that. If it goes really fast, I may even get the whole thing done in March, but we'll see. I'm only allotting a day to 2 days for it. So whatever I can stitch up in a day to 2 days is how far I will go. I'll just stitch until I get stopped. So yeah, so that's Keep Calm and Cross Stitch by Crochet Go Go. And I just love it. It's so cute. It makes me smile. Our chart should make us smile, right? Okay, so here's a chart that doesn't make me smile, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you've been following me on this road of hell on this chart, the chart is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And obviously, I loved it because I bought it, but I have done nothing but struggle with it. My biggest complaints is the fact that she shows this stitched on a blue linen, says that the flosses are color, will work with this linen. They do not work with that linen. The colors, it's just, they don't. And so I have fought and fought and fought with trying to get colors that match the blues, and which, again, not her fault. She charted it to go on linen, but I don't know why the picture, see, I'm trying. Okay, we're just, I have nothing to, it's evil. It hates me. It just absolutely hates me. But anyways, this is what I got stitched last month on Like a Cherry Blossom. I'm also doing another one of hers that is a dream. And it just shows that if you use the colors that she charts on the color fabric that she charts, that it's very easy to follow. If not, but this one has just been a downhill slope for me since I started it. And it's one of those that I should just toss in the trash. But I'm stubbornly going to do it. I dyed the damn fabric for it. I've got the flosses, $1 billion worth of flosses now, and I'm going to finish it. But it fights me I have ripped out every single part of this chart, and start in February, I ripped out 2 more sections, and then I was still off on another one, and I'm not ripping out anymore. Screw it. If it's off, and I'll just fudge it, because oh my gosh, every time I get through all of my other charts, I just look at the wall where this is hanging and I just cringe, because it's like, what kind of hell are you going to put me through this month? And I know nobody's forcing me to do this, and nobody has to stitch a chart that they hate or whatever. I know that, but it's like, it's me against the chart. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm going to win. But anyways, this is what I stitched in January. I absolutely love how the colors now have come out. You cannot believe how many different flosses I have gone through on this chart. And you can kind of see it in the printout, but if you look at her Etsy chart, they're all on blue. But it's not charted for it. It's just maddening. Anyways, I added French knots to the center of the flowers. They are, of course, not called for. And so this is the part that I did for February, and I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell you one of them, and I'm not going to tell you what the other one is, but the birds are not on. The birds are not on. They are wrong. They are wrong. And so I'm hoping that this outside part, I have to do this, basically this section here has to go here. And I'm hoping that I can fudge it enough to make it not look weird, because the birds are off. I don't know how the birds are off, because here's the weird part. They're on here. This space is on. This space is on. This is off. And here's the weird thing. This is counted. I have counted this 6 times. My husband has counted it for me. It's all of these stitches here are correct, but they're not. It's maddening, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's maddening. And then I have another major flaw. I'll see. I'm going to put it here. See if anybody notices it. You get a cookie if you notice it. But I'm hoping that when I finish it, it won't stand out. I hope it doesn't, because I can't rip anymore, you guys. I just can't. I can't. Anyways, I have, like I said, this whole section here has to be repeated over here to finish the alphabet. I don't know if you can see it, but you got to finish the alphabet. You got to repeat this, and then the vine comes down here. And then I can roll it, and I have an entire house of hell to stitch next, which, oh, I'm scared. But that is like a cherry blossom. That is my last new start for 2021 or 2022. From stitching through the years, and you can find that on Etsy. Information will be down below, but it is turning out pretty. I do love the colors now and how it's working out, but oh, evil. Okay, back to some happy news. Oh gosh, it's just gonna fight me all the way to the end. I guess you have to have one of those, right? You have to. Okay, the next one that I've got is Stitching in Quilt, and I never know how to pronounce her name, but I'm going to show it to you here in just a sec. But this is Stitching in Quilt. I don't know what, I think it's an English translation issue, because I don't think it's supposed to be called Stitching in Quilt. I think it's supposed to be like just Stitching the Quilt or Stitching Quilt or something. I don't know, but this is another one. I started this like the first month I started cross stitching. I thought, oh, I can figure this out. I can do it. And so this is the difference with Like a Cherry Blossom. There's nothing off in her chart. Her chart is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I just am too stupid to stitch it. This chart though, it's not that she stitched it wrong, charted it wrong. She can chart it any way that she wants, but she throws in weird stitches that throw me off. Like in this stitching here, this center, this whole thing is off, FYI. By one row, the whole thing, at least so far in my explanation. But this had an extra stitch in it. None of the other ones had it. Just this center one, and I didn't catch it. And I had stitched the whole thing, which made it off, okay? So that's a weird thing. And then the chart, like, you'll see. But there's like weird spacing in it. If you're not watching, it's not a hard chart to follow, except for her colors. The way she charts her color chart, her colors don't match her flosses. And so you think one color is going to be blue, it's supposed to be white, or so on and so forth. So it's not her fault in the sense that she's allowed to do it whatever way she wants. But if you're new to cross stitching and you're not paying attention, you'll miss things. And I did. So now it's just become a fun adventure in stitching, because there's little sections of this that are off all the way through, but at least, at some point you just kind of smile and go, whatever. So I'm adding quotes to distract. And so I added enjoy life one stitch at a time in this one, because it's off. This one's off. I bet somebody told me, well, I can't see it. It's perfect. Really? I'm going to leave it here. And you guys cannot see the huge mistake in this. I mean, it's huge. But everybody's like, oh no, it's perfect. I don't see the problem. There's a huge mistake in this one, but I'm leaving it. I'm just leaving it. And it says count twice, stitch once. And that's why. But I love how it's turned out. I'm not a huge fan of the colors. The other thing I learned was that through this chart is that I have permission to change the colors. I didn't realize that when I started it. I thought that was like blasphemy to change colors, and I would have charted this in a different color. But it's cute, and it makes me laugh, and yeah. But where's the big mistake? You can do it. Come on, you can do it. All right. The next part that I started, this was already stitched. This was February. January. This is where I'm at in February. Where the heck am I? I'm off a month. Anyways, here's the other part that threw me off. So this block is wrong also, because this one is supposed to be here. this one is supposed to line up. So these two are flat across the bottom, right? This block here, the way she has it charted, is supposed to be up a row. So there is supposed to be a space at the bottom. So they're offset from each other. I, of course, missed it because I was just plowing along. And so there are things like that. Like I said, she's allowed to chart it any way she wants, but there are just things that are like, why? Why did you do that? So anyways, this one's off. And yeah, and so I had to, these were supposed to be flipped the other way, and I just flipped them back so that it would make it look right. But she had polka dots in this one here, and she had hearts in this one. I took those out and just added some thread, make it look like it's thread. I don't know how well you can see that, but there you go. And I'll show you pictures. And then I changed the color of this banner. It was supposed to be white to be blue, kind of a bluey. I mixed gray and blue together and stitched them together because I thought it looked more like sky to turn this into a scene. I changed the color of the house from this purple plum pink color to yellow to pull. She doesn't have yellow pretty much anywhere else in the chart, and it's a bright yellow. Again, I would have changed things if I had realized that was okay. So to pull a little more yellow in, I copied the house over in the same yellow. I added strings across the little buttons and a bow there. All of these are microscopic little French knots in the two trees, and I added a bow there, and I used big French knots to do the clouds. And again, I'll put a photo up here so that you can see the detail on it. And the quote says, "May your needle always be threaded." Because it took a lot of thread to get through that one. But anyway, so that's how far I've gotten through stitching and quilt. And again, I don't know how to pronounce her. I don't know how to pronounce that. So that's the chart. So that's what I've got done on that one so far. And then next month, I don't know where I'm going next month. So I have to finish. There's like a border that goes here. And so I don't know if I don't know where I'm going, but that's what I've got done so far. Okay, and to prove that I am not completely incapable of stitching through the years chart like a normal person, well, I mean, to not have trouble with it, of course I changed this chart too. But the colors are pretty much all called for except for the lightest color. And yeah, this one is beautiful. It's the only really other really non-cutesy, I guess, kind of one that I've got going. It's the closest I probably have to what people are doing as a sampler. I really don't have any urge to do the alphabet samplers at all. I'm doing that like a cherry blossom one, but I don't understand redoing the letters over and over and over again. So I don't like that. This one's got alphabet, but whatever. But all of this is done in French knots. You've seen this before, that I've added a lot of French knotting to it. The only color I changed, this fabric is called ecru because it's actually the exact color of DMC ecru. And so I stupidly just stitched ecru. It didn't show up. I knew it wasn't the right color and kept going. Because again, this I started when I first started cross stitching, and it was like, I'm not allowed to change it. Well, yeah, you are. So I went back and ripped most of the ecru out. You can still see some of it right in here. And I changed this. There's 2 DMC flosses that I'm mixing together to do this, but I'm doing all of these in French knots and then just adding French knots here and there. February, I was supposed to do the house. Yeah, I shoved it off because I don't want it. Okay, so I said, well, I really should just finish the bottom boxes first. That's the right way to do it. So this is what I stitched in February. This is what it looks like. This chart's gorgeous. It was my first grown-up chart that I purchased, and it's beautiful. I love it. But this is I did this whole corner here. Again, I followed through on the French knots coming around the corner, and yeah, it's one of my longer stitches. It takes a little longer. The French knots actually don't take as long. It's just there's a lot of starting and stopping and stuff. So, but it's beautiful and I love it. So March, yeah, I'm going to beg off on the house again. You watch. I'm going to do, my chart cuts off here. And then the next printed part is up here. So that's why it's being cut off at this spot. So then what I'm going to do in March is this bottom part of the box. So it'll be this planter and this little birdhouse looking thing. That'll be March. And then April, I'm going to do the house because I gotta, and I'm going to finish the top of the boxes. And so that's always Flowers Sampler by Stitches Through the Years. And again, all of the details are on Facebook or Instagram. It's a beautiful chart. It's beautiful. And I plan on doing more of hers. I just won't change. I'll make sure that I'll buy what I like in the picture. But so that's it on that one. Last one, you guys. Yay. Are you excited? It's been a busy month. All right, so this is my favorite. It's my favorite. I am so proud of this. I am so proud of this chart. I know it's not a normal cross stitch for anybody else because I'm going above and beyond with adding French knots and bows and changing textures and all that kind of stuff. And it's not called for at all, but I just am having the best time stitching this chart. It's like a story that you're following and you can't wait to turn the page. I just love it. And I just can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do next on it. And I'm just having a wonderful time stitching it. I finally finished the the flower shop. It's taken me a year. Not to stitch it, it's just I stopped and then I'm come back. But technically I started this about a year ago. But what I did in February was I finished the roof and I added a stitch line around the door and the heart because they weren't standing out very much for me. My fabric is super, super light compared to what it's charted for. And so I've run into a few places that I have to help it a little bit show up. Excuse me. Originally, it has a white border that goes around it in pieces, and I was going to change it to blue because there's the white. You can see it, but it's not. It's too light. And I was going to change it to a blue, and then that worked out great till I realized that the border continues across here and turns into a vine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the white border to this color here, and I'm changing a lot of the white out in the whole chart to this color here. So that should help everything pop out. But this is what I finished in February, and this is what the new stuff that I added in February. And it was so funny because I don't know if you can see it at this distance, but if you're up close, the two trees are not identical. From a distance, it doesn't stand out as much, but from up close, they are not identical. And it's so funny because the difference in them is this is when I was first learning to do French knots back in March of last year, because I bought this, I think, for my birthday of last year. And so a year later, my knotting techniques and my knowledge are so much better that this tree I love this tree. This one is like, oh gosh, but you can't rip it out because it shows your progress, right? Somebody had asked me about the 2021 on the door. It doesn't call for that, by the way. I added it, and I started it in 2021. Wherever I end in 2022, which hopefully will be finished, but wherever I end in 2022, I'm going to put 2022. And when I finish it, I'll put whatever year that is, because there's little houses all the way through it. So I'll be able to add sign somewhere. But this is what I add. This is the section that I added for February. There is a banner that goes through here and a couple of bumblebees, but because I don't have this next section done, it's hard to chart where it's going. And so I thought it would be easier to have it. There's going to be a gazebo that goes there. That way I can count from 2 points to make sure, because the pieces are just floating out here. And I wanted to be sure that I got it the way it was supposed to be. I changed the ladder color from white to this dark brown because I'm pulling the dark brown across. I'm going to be changing the next one to add some dark brown in. Again, I'm trying to trade out some of the white where I can, so where it doesn't look weird. So that it stands out a little bit better on my background fabric. The open sign I did in white satin, ES5200, I think is what it's called, or something like that, or S5200. I wanted it to look like one of those bubble glass lamps. You kind of see them in London, I think, a lot, and they're really old. You see them sometimes in old antique stores and stuff, but they're made of glass and they have painting on them for their decoration. And so I did it in a shiny satin. But it turned out pretty good. I added some things here and there and that kind of stuff. But I really like how it turned out. I think it's so cute and I love the colors, and it's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite. And so March, I'm going to be doing the gazebo here. I'm hoping to finish this whole corner in March. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. And so I'll be excited. And then April, I'm going to finish up doing the border and move up into the rest of the chart. So that is my last one. Now I'll be right back.
So I thought I'd be smart, and I found a little button on iMovie that said record. So I was like, oh, I can record right into iMovie. That would be awesome. Bye, Benny. Benny left. He didn't want to hear it again. Oh wait, garbage can still. And anyways, so I was feeling really smart, and so I recorded this whole thing, and still the garbage can. Nope. Yep. And I lost it all. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that anymore until I figure out a better way to do it. So we'll just have to deal with the quality of whatever this is. Anyways, it did give me an opportunity to collect my coffee because... All right, where was I? Oh, I got to tell it all over again. That's what I have to do. Okay, reward for February. Wait, this way. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. I bought myself a pattern. It's from it's called Will You Be My Valentine, and it's by the Wooden Spool Designs. And basically it makes these little, what are they calling them? I don't know. It's just a little thingy, right? It just says heart-shaped Valentine. I think you're supposed to do them out of wool. I don't know. I'm not going to. What my plan is to do them out of cotton and fleece so I can wash it. And I want to do it so that I have some place to set my coffee down. So, but aren't they cute? And it comes with a pattern, okay, and directions. And so that was my thing. And I didn't buy any excuse me. I didn't buy a single pair of scissors this month. Nope. No, I didn't. So this was my reward. I'm trying really hard not to buy. I know that the big thing in the cross-stitch community is apparently a contest on seeing how many people can buy a whole bunch of charts that there's not enough days left in your life to stitch. Which I'm not a minimalist. That's coming. But I just don't want to. I don't want to collect a whole bunch of stuff that sits over there saying, I'm so pretty, I should be stitched, and then I never can stitch them because guess what comes out next month is more stuff that is like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I want to stitch that too. And so now I've bought another thing that I won't ever get stitched. And so I get to have, if all this little plan works, I get to have at least 10 more charts next year, which depending on the size, I could even have more if I get small ones. And I think I'm going to stick with that for a while. Fabric and floss, though, and sewing tchotchke stuff. Yeah, there's no limit on that. No. But anyways, I thought this was really cute. I thought they'd go good with my sheep obsession, which, by the way, I don't know why. That only came about with cross stitch, because I don't have anything to do with sheep in real life at all. No sheep. Maybe that's why they're so cute. But I mean, come on, they're so cute. Okay, so that is that. And then I also have a question that I want to do. I have a question for you. Okay, so I showed you this, and again, it's gonna flash. I'll fix it. Just be patient. It probably bugs me more than anybody else. But what my idea is I have this box from
It's 11 o'clock.
Dollar Tree. And what I thought was I'd paint it with white chalk paint. And then I have this piece of scrapbook paper from 49 Market. 49 in Market. And it doesn't look as purple as it is on here. And this is the back, which is really pretty. I bought it to journal on, which I can still do because I only need a small piece. But what I thought is because the colors went really well with this, I would take a strip of this and cover the box with it, because I'll have this cut into a heart shape and finished on the top with some lace. Well, that doesn't. Oh, hey, maybe you can wait. Look, you can see it. Oh, really adult. Anyways, this would be finished on the top of this, and it would be painted white, and it would be like all shabby chic type thing. And I thought I could put it with my scissors and stuff. And so that is kind of what my plan is for that. So what do you think? You know, the best part about doing videos is you can't tell that I have my PJ pants on until I show you. Because life's too short for jeans at home by yourself. Wow, that's really annoying. I will fix that. Beanie has to be involved. Okay, so that was the last of my stitchy stuff that I have going on somewhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. And so that was all of my February finishes. The extra little thingies that I got done. My February reward. I think that's it. I don't know. I let me look at my list. Wait, where's my list? Okay, where's the list? Oh, shh. Full finish list. Okay, got it. Professional. So that's the end of my stitching. What do you think, Soph? Was it good? Okay, so we're on to LifeSafe. So as they say, I always love it because it's like, this is my channel about cross stitch. And then we talk for 45 minutes about our lives. This is not my channel about cross stitch. This is just my channel. And I usually don't have a lot of life stuff, but I did want to share today. So anyways, if you're out of here, you're out of here. See you next month. But if you're not, bye, Benny. Right. They rule. This is what I got going on. Everybody wanted to see Sophie because I had posted a picture on Instagram of her. Well, not her on purpose, but this is Sophie. She is the full, Benny, come here, full sister to the one I showed you last time. I know they don't look hardly any, they don't look like alike, but they are actually from the same litter. I got them from the animal shelter. And they actually had two other siblings. Wait, come here. Come here. See, this is, oh my gosh. This is the other half of the trouble. Anyways, I got them from the animal shelter, and the two brother and sister that were with them were actually gray tabbies. So figure that one out, right? But they are I guess I should have left you here, sister. They are brother and sister. Aw, right? Yeah, no. Okay, you're out. Goodbye. Anyways, people wanted to see her up close, and that's her basket. And she thinks she's in my stuff when she's laying in the basket. If I don't have the basket, she lays in my stuff. But since I have the basket, she doesn't lay in my stuff, which is good because she sheds hair everywhere. The other thing I wanted to show you was, as most of you know, or if you don't, you're about to find out. My family's whole food plant-based. We have been doing this since 2016 now, and we just passed our 6-year whole food plant-based anniversary, and I'm so excited. We are doing so good. We've maintained all of our weight loss. We still are on no medications. My husband is not on any prescriptions. I'm not on any prescriptions anymore. Heart disease gone, cholesterol gone, prediabetes gone, severe pain gone. It sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? And with this, you just take 4. But you don't. You just change one food group out for another. We gave up animal products. I know, you're going to be all right. People are like, oh, I'm out. We eat the same things y'all do. Our food just doesn't kill us. That's all I'm saying. But if you like to know more, I have an entire Facebook page, Instagram, life, on it, calling Living Whole Food Plant-Based, and all that information is down below. But because of that, in our big 6 years, nobody does something for 6 years if it sucks. I just saying. It's a lot of good food, people. A lot of good food, and no heart disease. Cancer. The gamut. I would love to just talk to y'all about it and just say, listen, I know how to fix that. But nobody listens. So that has been kind of the only downside of whole food plant-based is the sheer ass stubbornness of people that like to suffer for, I don't know why. I don't know why. For food? It seems silly. Somebody told me the other day, I'd do that, but sweets. And I'm like, sticky buns. Sticky buns. We eat sweets. You can say, it's sweets, coffee. I know, right? What? But I'm telling you that if you have a chronic illness, which if you live in America and you're over the age of 10, you probably do, I can help you with that. And guess what? It's free. Anyways, that's my commercial. 6 years. 6 years. I'm going into 50. I will be 50 in 2 weeks. I am in better shape. I am in better health. I am all around better. But hey, don't judge me. I am. Than I was in my 20s. I mean, I was almost 400 pounds in my 20s. By the end of my 20s, I was over 400 pounds. I was sick. I had pain. My husband, 6 years ago, had 5 different medications for all that normal, you're an overweight old man. You need to have these pills. You might as well start taking them now. Statins. Oh my God. Have you ever read the 5,000 page thing that comes with statins? I'm telling you. Why are you taking it? Anyways, I wanted to show part of that is we grow food. You don't have to grow food. I had somebody ask me that the other day. Oh, so if I go plant-based, I have to grow my own food? No, it's called the produce section of the grocery store. Walmart. Anyway, I just like to do it because we live in Montana and there's no growing in the winter because it's freaking cold. It was 28 below zero the other day. But this is my what I got, my big stuff. Well, I got stuff everywhere. Growing right now, I have baby pak choi and baby tatsoi right there. This, I just brought this in here, but I have a whole shelf. I have a whole trays of it, because what you do for the inside, these actually get really big on the when they're outdoors, but we have they don't like heat at all, so there's a very short period of time that you can grow them outside. And so but if I grow them in the house, I grow them for months, because what you do is you just pluck off the leaves and you eat them, you throw them in stuff. It tastes like cabbage, bok choy. That's what tatsoi is, part of the mustard family, but it's not spicy because I can't do the spicy. But if you're looking for something that grows really easy in the house besides microgreens, and we do grow a lot of microgreens, pak choy and tatsoi love being in the house. And you literally just cut off the big leaves and it just keeps coming back. And I can get probably 3, 4, 5 months, 4 months out of them before I have to chuck them and start over again. I think these are 2.5, 3 weeks, not quite 3 weeks old, and they're already ready to eat. So I wanted to share that. But anyways, if you guys are interested in more information about the stuff that we grow, the stuff that we eat, I share everything. And so I would love to share it with you. I know a lot of people are suffering right now with things that are out of our control around the world. I mean, we have idiots that have lost their minds and think they can invade other countries. And then we have this whole panini thing and I mean, that kind of stuff. But you do have power. You have a lot of power over your health and your life and your family. And you don't have to be sick. You don't have to take medications. You don't, now in general, okay? Because somebody's going to come up to me and say, listen, I was born with this defect, or I have that congenital this or whatever. And it's not what I'm talking about. So, but anyways, I would love to answer questions or anything about that. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. I don't think it does anybody any good to say, hi, I have this certificate because I took a $1,500 class to tell you what I can tell you for free without having to do that. All the information's online. If you ever wanted to look it up, you don't have to even listen to me. But I know a lot of people have had questions because in this day and age, the health is a scary thing. If you are sick, you have a higher risk of complications from COVID. That's all there is to it. So the easiest way to not have complications from COVID is to get healthy, and it happens really fast. My husband had heart disease, high cholesterol. He was pre-diabetic, and within less than 2 months, he was off of all of his medication, and he's in his late 50s. It happens really fast, and you can change your life really, really fast, and you don't have to suffer. And I would love to share more information about that if you're interested. If not, that's fine. And I promise I only brought this up because it was my 6-year anniversary. But I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys were interested, I would be happy to answer any questions. It's really wonderful food, and like enchiladas the other night, we have pizza, we have tacos, we have sushi, we have all of the things that you guys eat. It's the same stuff. It just doesn't kill us. But that was that. Sophie, we got Sophie. We have the tatsoi, pak choy. I have my list, and that kind of stuff. And my gosh, I think we're done. It's been a long one, but I'm going to just do them like this. It's a lot of fun. I do have to do a flip through video of January and February for my Fobonichi, so I will get that done. And I cannot wait to see what you guys are stitching. Again, most of my stuff is shared on Instagram and Facebook. I recognize that not everybody uses those, but that's the platforms I enjoy. I will see you at the end of March, if not before. I have so many things planned for March, not only in stitching. I have finishes planned. I have, oh geez. And it's my birthday in March. I'm going to be 50. The gray hair will finally make sense. You guys have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful month of March. Be sure to tag me if you're something you want me to see in particular, because like I said, people are everywhere and I miss a lot. All right. And I will talk to you in the next one. You guys have a wonderful day. My heart goes out to Ukraine. Be safe. Bye.